thank you all for having us here. Great to be in West Dallas. Blown away by what you all have done with the weather tonight. Perfect conditions for a Saturday night spent together. Just really a day and a quarter away from the 22nd, Monday, the day on which every single one of us is committed to voting to decide the future and the fortune and the fate, not just of Texas, but of this country. Doing it together, organized not against anyone or anything or any other political party, but we've decided to come together tonight and every single day of this campaign on the first day that we can early vote on Monday for the United States of America, for every single one of us. No me importa what political party, who you love, who you pray to, or whether you pray at all. How many generations you can count yourself an American, or whether you just got here today. All that matters now is that we are together. We have the chance to define this country, not by what we are afraid of, not by who we should be scared of, not who we want to wall off or keep out, but this ambitious, aspirational embrace of the future. The people of the future, those kids and grandkids and their kids and grandkids are counting on us, the people of 2018, to get this right. And we cannot let them down. The choice before us right now could not be more clear. We could either decide that we will ban all people of one religion from the shores of a country that is comprised of people the world over, from every single tradition of faith. We can build walls 2,000 miles long, 30 feet high, at a cost of $30 billion, at a time of record low northbound apprehensions, knowing full well who is trying to come to this country, those who are fleeing the deadliest, the most violent places in the hemisphere, doing what any human being in the same circumstances would do for themselves and their kids, trying to follow our asylum laws, but instead of finding shelter, safety, or asylum or refuge in this country of refugees, they have found their worst nightmare. That kid taken from that parent who's risked everything, including their lives, to bring them here, traveled 2,000 miles, much of it on foot, some of it, if they're lucky, atop a train known as the Beast or La Bestia. That child taken away from that parent deported back to the very country from which they fled. Tonight, whether in Tornillo, a tent city just outside of El Paso, in a foster care home in Michigan, in God only knows where, those kids, knowing not when or if they're going to see their parents again, who have no corporation or special interest or lobby or political action committee advocating for them, are counting on us, the people of the future, who will look back on this moment and ask themselves, how did they account for themselves when they had the chance? When it was walls and bans, press as the enemy of the people, and these kids waiting to be reunited with their parents, what did the people of 2018 do? And the first thing we're going to be able to tell them is that we won this election. The second thing is that we came together at this very divided moment, this highly polarized time, not as Democrats, not a people of one party, but together as Americans, as Texans, as human beings, to see through the very high expectations that we have raised by and for one another. This idea, 242 years into this astounding experiment, that we can freely decide who will represent our interests, the course and the direction that this country will take, the exception, not the rule in world history, the envy of the rest of the planet, that we can still get it right, that there's a 243rd, a 244th year still left in us, that the generations to come will know that we defined ourselves by our greatness, that the smallness and pettiness and paranoia, the partisanship, the name-calling, the hatred and the racism that define so much of the national conversation, and therefore the policies that come down and affect all of our lives, that it will be met with a courage and a confidence and a strength and a greatness that can only come from the people of Texas. That's what we're doing on Monday, and every single day for the next 6 years that follow, delivering. And here's one of the best parts about it. Not only are we going to win this election, but we're going to win it in the right way. Not a single dime from a single political action committee. No special interests, no corporations, just people, human beings, all over the state of Texas coming together to make it happen.